Hey, what's going on, Saturday Nation? Sam Crowley. Amazing to have you here on such a beautiful Monday afternoon. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes here. Let everybody know you're here. Leave a comment. You fired up. You fired up. I'm excited. I'm jacked up. Who knows where this is going to go over the next 30 minutes. But I know one thing. Well, I know where it's going to go. But I know one thing. You're not here by mistake. So that is awesome. Let me just make sure we've got everything firing on all cylinders here. Let's see here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys. We're live. And just people that are still joining us here. Okay. Cool. So we're live, and I want to share with you this new $1 million message product that I'm going to be creating. I haven't created one module, not one course. And I won't create it unless you want it and you want to participate, or you think it's a good idea. And I think that for those of you that are course creators out there, this is paramount. Like, this is something that you really need to understand. People, when they create content online, they create the content, the membership site, they put all that stuff out there, and they're like, hey, nobody bought it. Like, nobody bought my stuff. Well, did you ask anybody if they wanted it? You know, maybe they didn't want it. Maybe they wanted it, but they wanted it delivered a different way or some other information. So I learned this. I share this story a lot, and I share this so you don't make the same mistake I did. My very first product launch, I spent $22,000. Just to say that is just makes me. Ugh. I spent 22 grand, okay, on a product launch. Guess how much I made? I won't even make you guess because it's so painful. $17. All right, $17. Now, I'm not a math guy. You know, I didn't major in statistics, and I'm not a finance guy. But I don't think $17 is a very good return on your investment for spending 22 grand. You know what I mean? So I learned, always ask people what they want. I think you're going to really love this. When you understand the power of your $1 million message, and you understand, I'm just an average guy. Look, I live in Southwest Ohio. I'm a father of 4 daughters, Madeline, Laura, Paige, and Susan. I've been married 22 years to Angela, and I've trained, people from all around the world, from Tony Robbins organizations to everyday, individuals that you run into in the grocery store, all around the power of what I'm going to talk about today, And so I'm not a big hype guy. I get excited. Like, I talk loud and I'm excited because I love what I do. And I think that's a perfect segue that if you do not love, see this smile right here? It's like I ate a banana sideways. I'm like this all the time. It's not that I don't have bad days. It's just that I used to hate my job. Hate my job. I don't hate my job. I love my job. I don't even view this as a job. Like, I get to turn on a camera and inspire you to go make every day Saturday. Is that a job? I don't know. You tell me. Is that a job? It's not a job to me. But I used to have a job that paid a lot of money, and it sucked a lot of life out of me, okay? Like, it aged me in dog years. I felt like I was aging like a president, And I never wanted that for anybody else, I always wanted into people to say, look, life isn't easy. This isn't easy. People hire me because it's not easy. It's if it were easy, you could just do it. You wouldn't need me, You wouldn't need any of this information. But I will tell you this. If you can stay as committed to this, getting your message tight, as people are to a job that they go to every day that they don't even like, to impress people that they don't even like, to buy things they can't even afford with money they don't even have. If you can have that kind of focus, you're going to crush this. So are you excited? Are you excited to see this information? Like, I think it's pretty cool because I'm starting with just a blank slide. I had a whiteboard that I was going to draw on. Matter of fact, I'll show you. I got it right here. I was going to do a whiteboard presentation, but I didn't quite have everything set up the right way, but I will. I'm going to start turning my office into a whiteboard studio, and I'm going to do a lot of trainings. And a lot of what I talk about, you're going to see on a whiteboard as well, inside the $1 million message. So let's talk about this. What is it? What are we talking about? Well, people hire me for one reason. Let me just share my screen here, okay? And I want to share this with you because it's important to understand. The 3 stages of the $1 million message method, all right, say that 5 times fast, is simply this, okay? People say, I have a passion to share my message. They have a passion. Like, if you don't have a passion to share your message, you got to hit the eject button right now because this isn't a training for you. If you've always sat around thinking, I know I got something inside of me. I just don't know how to say it. That's okay. I didn't know either, you know? Like I said, if you already knew this stuff, you wouldn't need me, or you wouldn't need this information, you know? So if you're somebody who has been, when you're behind the drive in your wheel, you know, in your car, behind the driver's windshield, or maybe in the shower, in the treadmill, or alone with your thoughts and just sitting there and you're thinking, you know, I know I got a message, but I don't know how to say it. That's great. You're in the right spot, because people hire me. They have a passion to share their message. That's the first stage, is I've got a passion, but I don't know what it could be. Great. Next step is you are now 100% clear on your message. Do you know how good that feels? Do you know what it's like to go from having just this cloudy fog about what it is that you do to being able to be ripped out of bed at 3 a.m. and somebody says, "What do you do?" And you'll be able to say in one sentence, "This is what I do. This is the result that I provide." Okay? So understand that's phase 2. And the next step, and the last one, is I am now making money harnessing the power of my message. That's it. It's that simple. You know, I wish it were more complicated. I wish it was like the situation where, you know, you needed all that. That's not it. It's, I have a passion. I'm 100% clear on what my message is, and I'm making money harnessing the power of that message. That's it. Okay? So far so good. Let me just check the chat here, make sure everybody is still with us here. Still starting now. I think some people, here we are. All right, good. All right, cool. So you got you there. Awesome. Beautiful. You're with me. Are you with me? You're with me. Great. So guys, that's it. The 3 stages. So why this Facebook Live? Okay. Well, this is for the diehard Everyday Saturday fans. If you don't know who I am, or you're unclear, this is not for you. That'll be a month from now when I do a full-blown sales launch, when I launch the product. I'll have a sales page, and I'll show photos of me with all these famous people, and I'll have all these video testimonials. This Facebook Live is not to sell you. This Facebook Live is to partner with you to build an amazing course that you're going to get access to for half of what everybody else is, because we're going to be doing weekly Zoom calls, you and me and whoever buys the product, as I build it. So I build a module, you go through it, you implement it, and you share feedback on how it can be better. Okay? So it's only for the diehard Everyday Saturday fans who already understand what I do and what I teach and what Everyday Saturday is all about. Okay? I'm not here to sell you. I'm not here to hard sell you. If you want to hang around and be inspired, absolutely. Absolutely. But just, I'm not going to put the hard sell on anybody. Okay? You are the ones who will take this information and you're going to use it. All right? You're going to use this information. You're not going to go through it and do what a lot of people do and put it on the digital shelf and say, "Ah, you know what, I'll get to it. It's just another product I bought." You can't do that. You can't do that, because we need the feedback. I need the feedback. I want to know that you're going through the steps and you're having success. Okay? This course is going to be the canary in the mine. This Facebook Live, rather. Right now, I'm sending the canary into the mine to see if there's an interest there. And if we can get a handful of people to get rocking and rolling, who knows? But it's not going to be that many, because what's also involved is a personal call with me, 15 minutes, because when you buy the course today, I'm going to call you on the phone. You're going to get access to my online calendar. And I just want to make sure you're a good fit for the course. It's really important that you understand you're partnering with me to build the course, as well as getting access to the information that my regular clients get. Okay? And if it's a yes, then we move forward today. If there's interest, and we begin creating the course this week, and it gets built out, and you're getting it module by module. So before I go any further, let me just see a yay, nay. You guys fired up? So far, so good. We're getting thumbs up. We got a lot of people, actually. That's awesome. Sorry, some people seem to be, I don't know, I hope everybody was able to access it so far. You guys fired up so far? Thanks, Sam. Love your enthusiasm. Hey, Sam, let's rock and roll. Rick, John, Rich, it's a good idea to just start over after 3 years of a podcast with only 4. I wouldn't say only, Rich. That's a lot of listens. 4,000 is good. But you know what? You can always reinvent yourself. There's nothing wrong with starting a brand new podcast right now, like right now. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? We're getting a lot of thumbs up. We're getting a lot of hearts. You guys are great. Like I said, you already know. Richard Lewis, great to see you, my man. You guys already know that what I deliver, and I'm not bragging. You guys know I don't like to, I'm not bragging, but it's always first class. It's always over deliver. Everybody that buys my content loves it. And if there's ever any issue whatsoever when you're doing the work and you're not getting the result, we make it work. I'm telling you. Ask anybody. Just ask the people that are posted in here. All right. let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. All right. So, what if I already purchased the course this past week? Do I still get a phone call with you? Well, you didn't purchase this course, so I'm not sure what course you would have purchased because I don't sell a course. The only course that's out there for sale is the podcasting course. But you can send me a message, Stephen, offline. I'm not sure what course you're talking about, but this course comes with a 15-minute call just related to this course. It's not coaching, it's not advice. It's just to make sure that you're a good fit and that you're excited and that you understand what you just bought. That's all. That's what the phone call is for. Because I believe in the old school method of actually picking up the phone and talking to somebody. I don't know when we lost that. I don't know when we went to, I know all about scaling, I get that. But I don't know when it became like a big deal to pick up the phone and just call somebody and say, hey, thanks for buying my product. I appreciate it. That's not difficult to do. And you get way better customers that way. You know what I mean? So if you're not doing that in your business, pick up the phone, and if it's international, jump on a Zoom call with them. It's not that hard, guys. People love that. We have lost the art of communication because the internet is amazing, but it's put this barrier up between people. Just pick up the phone and call somebody. Say, hey, thanks for buying my product. No big deal. They're not going to spam you or call you back, and if they do, block them. Just kidding. You should do that. All right, let's see. All right, let's go back to it. All right, let's go back to the slide here. So what was the inspiration? I haven't created a course in 5 years. Why now? Why in August of 2020? What's the inspiration? I'm in. Hook me up, Ella Taylor. Ella, I love your avatar, by the way. Wonder Woman. So here's the inspiration, guys. My clients. My $25,000 clients are my inspiration. Ron Jones is the network anchor man in Atlanta, Georgia. He's the NBC anchor. You go to Atlanta, you see Ron on TV. He's the guy doing the news. An amazing guy. Ron came on board last year. We built his brand from absolutely nothing called Stories That We Tell. Ron's been telling stories. He's an ex-cop in Oakland, California, and he's actually a good friend of mine. Every one of my $25,000 clients are friends of mine. See, here's the thing. When you get great people into your organization, they're not customers, they're friends of yours. When you get people buying a $47 ebook or a $97 course, you get chargebacks, you get refunds, you get support tickets. That's why I only sell big ticket now. You know, because you get friends for life. You know, who would have thought people pay you 20 grand and they become some of your best friends? You know, Ron and I message all the time. Angeline Waymeyer, she just sent me a bottle of wine. Her and her husband Carl just sent me a bottle of wine. I got it Friday. Love it, just because they're friends of mine. You know, Angeline, you've heard her on the podcast. These are people that are monetizing their message. Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. Ron has almost 300 podcasts, started from zero. Started from the bottom. He's a pastor in Indiana. We're going to dinner. He's coming to Cincinnati in a couple weeks to buy me dinner. I love Ron. He's a great guy. He doesn't have to buy me dinner, but he's a buddy of mine now, you know? And Ron launched this podcast because we came up with his message. Remember, guys, everybody that I started with, they had a passion to share their message. They had no clarity on what it is. Stories that we tell, we just created that on our very first phone call, me and Ron. We just came up with it. Angeline, she came to Cincinnati. We created her entire PowerPoint presentation so she could speak and sold $11,000 in her first hour. Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. This guy's been a pastor for 40 years. A pastor. And he wanted to share what? He wanted to share his wisdom. So I'm like, Ron, why don't we just call it Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom? And he sends people to his calendar, and he just came out. He just had a brand new coaching client come on board a few weeks ago while he was on vacation in Florida. This stuff works, guys. And this next one I want to share with you. This is Karen Peterson. Karen came on board. Listen to this story, because it's not always about the money. Matter of fact, it shouldn't be about the money. You shouldn't be saying this last part here about I want to make money with my message. You'll get there just because you can't pull the engine off a train going on the track 100 miles an hour. When you've got the passion to share your message, you'll make the money. But Karen, she came on board, and we jumped on a call, and her husband left her for the neighbor's wife. Okay? She just turned 50. It was May, and her birthday had just happened, and she was laying in bed like, my God, I've got 2 kids, 2 teenagers. My husband left me for the neighbor's wife. I got to get up and get going. And she's staring at the ceiling fan. Imagine that. Imagine like all of that. And her legs felt like telephone poles. She couldn't even move. She had just been devastated, you know. And so she hired me to coach and create her message. She said, I want to share a message. And we created the Emotional Warrior podcast, battle tested, equipped for victory. Karen's an amazing individual. She lives outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this story sticks with me out of all the hundreds of clients I've ever worked with, because she had the courage to just get that message out there. And I'm sharing this with you guys because Karen's not going to come out here and say, hey, I made $100,000 a month with my message, or I'm speaking on stages all around the world. That's not it was never about that with Karen. Karen's goal was to reach out to women to let them know their best days haven't even happened yet. No matter how many battles they've been through, they now are battle tested. Now tell me if that's not an amazing brand, a message that anybody can resonate with. You know what I mean? So this was all of these stories here between Ron, Angeline, Dr. Ron, and Karen, and hundreds of other people. I wanted to create this course called The $1 Million Message, because you can with this message you can do whatever it is you want to do. So I have a passion to share my message. This is always step one, but then there's just this blank. I've got a passion. And then you get a passion, but I want to gain clarity on my message. So let's just dive into, you have a passion, and let's just kind of type on this blank piece of paper. All right, and let's ask the question, why? Why do you have a passion? Like, what is it inside of you that is causing you to, because not everybody wants to share their message, right? You know people, you probably know 8 out of 10 people don't have an interest in doing a webinar, doing a Facebook Live, getting up on stage, speaking. Why do you have this message? Of all the people in the world, why do you have a message? That is why it's going to become very powerful. See, every day is Saturday. I just got that because my daughter used to ask me, Daddy, is tomorrow Saturday? That's not a big deal. Every kid wants to see their parent, right? But does every parent quit a 6-figure job and jump off a cliff and try to build the airplane on the way down? That's a different story. Does every parent quit their job knowing they've got the speech impediment like I have, a stutterer, and 20 college credits, grew up not really, encouraged to do any of this stuff, and then go do it? Now you're starting to get into a little bit of a different area. So I got to ask you, when you figure this question out, why you have a passion to do this, this is where this $1 Million Message course is going to come out, because it's going to highlight that seed that was planted in you. Maybe it was 10 years ago. Maybe it was 20 years ago. My daughter Susan turned 6 years old next week, a week from today. 6 years ago today, my wife's water broke, and she was at 23 weeks. 23 weeks her water broke. She held our daughter in for another week and delivered her at 24 weeks. She weighed 1 pound. That's a pretty amazing story. The girl's going to turn 6 next Monday. And so, God, I think, man, if everybody could just get this information, if you could just trust me to help you get this message out, you're going to absolutely crush it. Because people, you got to stop thinking about, well, somebody else has already talked about that. Of course somebody's already talked about that. Before Tony Robbins, there was Jim Rohn. Before Jim Rohn, there was Earl Schoaf. Before that was Earl Nightingale. Bob Proctor's been carrying around a book since 1962 called Think and Grow Rich. That's what the guy's been talking about for the last 60 years. And he's the best in the world at it. So it doesn't need to be original. Get that out of your head. There's nothing original on the internet. What's original is you. What's original is you and your message, but you don't know what that message is. It's got to come into clarity. How do you gain clarity on exactly what it is that you do? This is one of the modules that we're going to create. If you think there's an interest there, because I'm going to teach you how to take this incredible passion and really condense it into a powerful message. And then once you're clear on that message, how do I make money? And this is what always gets people right here. Tech. Because they're like, well, I don't know how to do video. I don't know how to do audio. I don't know how to put a funnel together or a website or social media. Okay. Do you know how every one of these clients came on board? Podcast. The newest client today, and I don't have permission to share her name unless she gives it in the chat. If she's on here, she literally just came on board this morning. The most amazing energy came through the phone this morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Podcast, brand new client. Do you know how much all of those individuals cost? $0. $0. Because they all simply came in from iTunes. This is Dr. Ron's podcast that I was talking about. Just use Dr. Ron as an example. Look at all the different shows. And he's done 300 episodes. And he just talks into a microphone for 15, 16 minutes at a time. And by the way, if you don't own my podcast training, that's included in, if we decide to move forward and build this course, I'm going to give you my podcast acceleration course because you need it. Because the reason you need it is because you need to have people who are going to be finding your message. And so when you think about this, I need to make money with my message, but I don't know how to do, and let's always throw this in because people go broke. I'm going to put this separate, but people go broke on Facebook ads because you saw some guru and they were making it look really easy. Guys, Facebook ads is 6 months of testing just to get the data. I mean, you need to have a credit card with a $5,000, at least $5,000 limit that you could just go spend on Facebook ads and start to get some of that data so you can see what's working and not working. So what I teach inside the let's just call it MDM method, is how to get free / organic traffic. And look, this isn't some mystery. I'm not holding anything back. It's podcasting, number one. It's posting to social media, number two, on all the sites that don't cost any money, doing video, and I'll show you. I'm also going to show you, I edit all of my video. There's one of them I'm doing right now. Look at that. It always stops on the dumbest face, by the way. When you're editing video, have you ever noticed it always stops on the dumbest looking face? But cringe. I use ScreenFlow to edit all of my videos. You can use iMovie. You can use Windows Movie Maker. ScreenFlow captures the screen. It's also really super easy. But I'm going to show you inside this course how to edit video like a 5-year-old. Because I'm not the smartest guy out there. I don't like complicated stuff. As a matter of fact, the motto of Saturday Nation, you see me post about it all the time, is do simple better. You misspell it right. Do simple better. Just do it better. Do simple. I do podcasting. I do it simple and I do it better. That's all. And by the way, it's better to be different than better. Different is better than better. What's that even mean? Well, if you're different, it's a lot easier to get a client because it's a lot harder to be better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the best Facebook Live person. I just want my message to stand out. How many people right now, if I gave you the link to join, would want to join? And that's not a stupid stage ploy either. I'm just kind of curious. How many of you are excited? I know Ella said so. Janice said so. Like, if I just gave you the link right now, you would go sign up and I would book your 15-minute call with me so we can build the course out. Okay? But that's what it means. Don't lose that excitement, man. Don't lose that. Whether we end up working together ever, don't ever lose that passion and that excitement. I'm going to give you the link, which goes against every sales script in the world. Okay, I'm supposed to do this whole build up, and I'm supposed to add all these bonuses, and I'll go on and teach some more. But some of you that want to book your call with me right now and join, I'm going to tell you this is the least sexiest sales page because this isn't about sexy. This isn't about the sizzle. It's about the steak. And my only goal in the next 4 weeks is to get you clear on your message, show you how to harness the power of it, and make money with it. If you can't make at least the money back that you spent on this in 30 days, you're doing something wrong. You're just doing something wrong, okay? So go through the content and then use it for 30 days. I mean, I'm not going to guarantee anything because I don't know how you're going to show up. But I tell you one thing, if you and I were sitting together every day for 30 days, you should make 500% ROI on this. And I just believe that. Why? Because these people did that I showed you earlier. Luke Medeiros made $27,000 in his first 30 days. I mean, it's not only possible, it happens with people that show up and do it. So I'm going to give you the link. It goes against every sales ploy in the world. It's just the most blandest thing. Well, I guess I should tell you this. I'm launching the course when it goes live at $1997. $2,000. All right. It's my life's work talking about how to do $1 million message. When you come on board at the founder's price, it's $997. All right. You go to everydaysaturday.com/message and the page is going to look like this. Real simple. It's going to say $1 million message right there. You're going to pay, and after you pay, you're going to be redirected to my calendar. which you're going to pick a time. And this calendar is for people that go here to talk about coaching. So you can watch the video. It's fine. You don't have to. You're going to see another video on the back end. You can watch that. You don't have to. I just use this as a default to get my calendar online so you could go there. All right. Now, who is this for? Okay. This is for people that are going to make money with their message in the next 30 days. That's who it's for. This is for people who want to be part of the Founders Club. And this isn't some ploy where you're never going to see it at $2,000. You'll see it at $2,000 if I even launch the course. So let's see if there's an interest. Is there an interest? Just type into the chat, yes or no. You interested? Yes or no. You can type no, that's fine. Not at this time. If you are interested and we have enough buyers tonight and you've booked a call, look, unless you get a reply from me that your call was canceled, it's on. We're on. Giddy up. We're going. Okay? And we're going to build the course week by week. I'll have the first module ready by, today is August 10th. Give me until my daughter's birthday is Wednesday. She takes her driver's test Thursday. Give me the very first module will be ready for you on Friday, August 21st. Is that fair? We will have our call prior to August 21st to make sure you're a good fit and you understand what you just bought. And I get a chance to thank you for being a part of Saturday Nation, because this is only for the diehard everyday Saturday fans. If you don't know me, the only reason right now you're getting jacked up is because you've never seen this information or somebody deliver it in such an authentic method that are like, wow, this guy doesn't, I'm expecting, why did we get right into content? Why didn't the guy tell me about his whole life story, where he grew up and how he drives 17 Ferraris? That's not what this is about, man. I'm looking for people that are ready to move today so I can teach you the same thing I taught Tony Robbins, the same thing I taught all the different coaching clients, the same thing I've been teaching for 15 years, and I feel have perfected it to a science. To now, all we simply do, what do? We do simple better. That's it. We do simple better. So it's everydaysaturday.com/message. After your payment is processed, you're going to be redirected to my online calendar to book your welcome call. That's it. It's that simple. All right. So those of you that are really jacked up, go ahead and just do it now, and I'll call you. I can call you tomorrow. My schedule's wide open tomorrow. I'll book a time and I'll call you. If there's time available tonight, I can call you tonight. I don't know what my calendar looks like tonight, but tomorrow's wide open. So how are you going to get these clients? There's only two ways to get them. We're going to go back to this: paid traffic and organic traffic. Paid traffic, you go broke because you're not used to it. You don't understand how it works. And you're going to spend money month after month trying to figure out why this isn't working. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying, why do it out of the gate when there's all this organic free traffic that I can show you inside of this course how to get it? And by the way, when Rich was talking about only 4,000 listens, imagine if you had 4,000 people that were your best ideal client. It's not that you only have 4,000. Rich, look, you could make a lot of money with 400 listens. And I'm not even saying that. I'm just, honestly, you can. But if you're not saying the right thing to the right person, it makes it very difficult. It just does. If you don't have a call to action, like, for example, if your highest product is $1,000, that's tough, man. That's tough. That's why, when I sell coaching programs, it's 10, 20, and 25,000, because if my lowest price ticket is 10 grand, then I don't need a lot of clients. And I don't want a lot of, working one-on-one, I throw everything I got into that client. There's no way that I could take on that many. That's why it's 10, 20, or 30 grand. You know what I mean? So just understand that. I wouldn't get caught up. 4,000 is, hey, Rick's on board, down under. I think we got our first Aussie who just bought, which is really cool. Congrats, Rick. When I call you tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday. Let me know how Wednesday's looking before I get there. But understand, guys, when you get quality people on the phone, if that's what you want to do, what I do, coaching, consulting, things like that, you don't need a lot of clients. You just need to understand very clearly what your result is that you deliver. Because the people who struggle are the ones back here. They're not 100% clear on what their message is, and they really don't understand the result that they provide. Like, a lot of people think, when I get on the phone with people, I go, hey, what do you want to do? They're like, I want to inspire the world. I want to motivate people. Yeah, that's great, but that's not worth it. That's not, you can get that on YouTube on a video. Like, you can listen to podcasts all day and get that. You're not going to, I don't need to pay you 10 grand for that. Now, if you're going to motivate me and you're going to inspire me to do whatever it is that, I'm in pain. You ever had back pain? Let me ask you that question. Anybody here ever suffer from back pain? How much would you pay if somebody had a pill that said you'll never have that back pain the rest of your life. Think about it. Like, that's the power of it. You know what I mean? So think about that in the context of what can you do to frame it like this is the Advil that I'm going to give to you that's going to alleviate that back pain. Now you've got a super powerful message, you know? So understand that. That's that there. Founders Club price, access to all the training modules that I'm going to build. The very first one's going to go live. We just said August 21st, okay? Because I'm building. At first, I want to find out if there's an interest, okay? If there's an interest, we move forward. Great. We've got people buying. That's awesome. So there's an interest. I'm going to start building out the content real time. You're going to get access and watching me build it out real time. And by the way, I'm going to show you the tools I'm using. For example, like ScreenFlow, Audacity, drop funnels. I just bought drop funnels. So I'm going to teach you how to use drop funnels. I don't even know how to use it, but I'm going to use it to build out the membership area. I'm no longer using ClickFunnels. I'll show you why on the training. So all of these things, because tech should never be a reason why you don't succeed. Even if none of those things make any sense to you, ClickFunnels, Drop, it doesn't matter. My goal is to turn chess into checkers. All right. My goal is to help you understand how to get a message, how to get a super powerful 100% clarity and make money with it, and you're done. That's it. Why complicate it? You know? So we're going to get access to the podcasting course because you need that. Everybody needs a podcast. If you don't have it, I'm going to throw it in with the cost of the course. All right. And we're going to get on a weekly Zoom call. All right. You, the other founders, members, and me. And I'm going to answer whatever questions you have so far, meaning you go through module number 1 where we're talking about how to choose what your message is, how to have the right message, how to create that, okay? We'll jump on a Zoom call every week. I answer your questions, and then you give feedback. Hey, Sam, this was really good. This could have been a little bit better. And don't hold back. Like if you think someplace we're lacking, I need to know. In the tech part, say, hey, Sam, the video creation stuff was good. I understand how to shoot a video. I understand lighting. Like I got 2 big lights blowing at me right now. I'm using an HD 1080p webcam right now. You know, all of these things I'll share with you guys. But if you're like, hey, I didn't understand the tech part, I need to know that. Because if you don't get it and someone's paying $2,000 for the course, I need them to understand it. You see what I mean? How we're going to partner with this? So we're going to do weekly Zoom calls for 4 weeks. And when the course is built, there you go. You'll get access to the Zoom calls because they're all going to be recorded. All right? So, that is it. That is the $1 Million Message course. Join at the founder's price of $997. Only if you're ready, only if you're going to use it, only if you're going to leverage the power of it to make money with your message. I don't know why you wouldn't. Guys, in this coronavirus times that we're in, you know how many people are online searching for answers right now to questions that you have? I mean, I never in a million years... You know, I never thought when I was in Las Vegas, March 15th, that was my last live event. I got on the red eye from Las Vegas to Cincinnati. I landed at 7 in the morning, and life changed. It just changed, you know? And now everybody wants to consume digital content. So I'm delivering digital content. I'm podcasting more. I'm doing more live videos. You see me inside of the Facebook group at least a few times a week. You know, I'll show you. Hey, do you guys have an interest? Janice, if you're driving, just don't buy it until you pull over when you go to the link. Just remember, it's easy to remember, everydaysaturday.com/message, okay? But think about all of the different content that you could create inside the Facebook group. Would you guys be interested? I just want to throw this out there. I guess this would be good to know too. Would you guys be interested in learning how to leverage Facebook groups? Because I'm telling you, man, this was an eye-opener for me, Facebook groups, to sell coaching and products. Would you be interested in that in the course? I'm kind of curious about that. Or do you... because what can happen is you get a little bit too far out in the scope of stuff. You know what I mean? And you kind of lose sight of the main thing. I want to keep the main thing. But if you haven't, I guess we'll talk about that as we get to the marketing phase of it. Because you've got your message, you've got your marketing, and you've got making money. You know what I mean? So in all 3 of those phases, Richard says, yes, that's good to know. The marketing and the making money, those things are hand in hand. But you don't got to spend any money. You know what I mean? You got to make sure. Because if you're out there spending a ton of money on social media... like a lot of people are. You ever seen a Facebook ad? You're like, that's dumb. I think that's not even talking. And then you see one that's like, is that person inside my head? What's going on? All of it starts with the message. It does. If that's not tight, forget it. Okay? So that's it, guys. I don't want to take a lot of your time. We're 35 minutes in. If you got questions, I'll answer. I'm not going anywhere, but I just want to know, are you in? Yes or no? Are you in? And do you have any questions? Those would be the two things that I'm curious about right now. And if you have questions, fire them out there. I'm just checking to make sure I'm still looking at it on my Facebook page here. Cool. Or I'll hang around in the office here as well. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them. And I'll stick around here. So I'll be answering questions inside the comments. everydaysaturday.com/message to join at the founder's price. It's a $2,000 course. Probably more down the road, but $2,000 is definitely worth it, because we wait until you see all of the content that's going to go inside this course. How many training modules, videos, bonuses, the podcasting course, organic reach, how to get, all of that stuff. Speaker train, all of that stuff. Okay? So all of that for you, and you'll have access to it forever. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be inside my members area, so you'll always have access to the training. So if you've ever wanted to jump on something like paying $5 for oceanfront property, this is it. Because this course has been long overdue for somebody to deliver it in a very simple, very easy manner for anybody to understand how to go out there and create a $1 million message and use it for the next 15 years, just like I've been using the same everyday Saturday message for the past 15 years. So, all right, you guys are awesome. Let me just see. I'm going to take it off there for now. I'm going to sign off for now, but if you have questions, leave it in the chat, okay? And I look forward to seeing you inside the $1 Million Message training and on our very first Zoom call, where I will answer all of your questions live. You deserve to have this training. You do. So I hope you jump on it. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you.